So in terms of being out and about and being in a public area, for example, what's it like when you're out and about and it's a particularly noisy or busy environment?
Yeah. So I'd say actually like busy and noisy environments are like the hardest thing for me when I'm wearing my hearing aids. They were always a challenge before because I think just generally noisy and busy environments are a challenge for most people. But
Yes.
I relied quite a lot on lip reading. But when I had my hearing aids for the first time, it was such an adjustment period because suddenly I was hearing loads of sounds that I didn't know that I'd been missing before. And at first, if I'm honest, it was really quite overwhelming. I feel really fortunate that my journey has come at a time where we have the technology that we can adjust where the sound's coming from, for example, compared
Yeah.
to not having that. Places like reception desks and train stations are still really tricky though, because there's
Mm.
still so much background noise going on. And even when you do direct them, like say if you're speaking to someone, the ticket office, for example,
Yeah.
then the hearing aids on their own, they're great, but they're still picking up everything else that's going on. So it takes
Yeah.
a lot of focus and things to follow conversations. And to
Yeah.
be honest, I think I rely on lip reading quite a bit, probably more than I expect that I did. So that
Yeah.
can be quite exhausting actually. Like especially, oh my gosh, the lighting is bad, or there's multiple people talking at once, and by the end of the day, like listening fatigue is so real. It's
Mm.
really like a struggle because it's
Yeah.
not just the hearing, it's your brain working overtime, like all
Yeah.
day just to try and keep up.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'd definitely say for me, it's those environments where there's lots of things happening at once and you're
Yeah.
trying to center and focus can be the hardest.
It sounds to me like it's actually really overstimulating, and something that should be kind of just a normal, easy experience, like you said, going up to a ticket office or, crowded places where you need to briefly talk to somebody. Um, can be, if you're doing that multiple times, say you're at an event and there's loads of background noise, that's going to take so much out of you, isn't it? And it's just, I mean, it's just communicating, isn't it? And that
Yeah,
should really just be nice and simple for everybody. So I can totally empathize with how that must feel. And you said about having, quite snazzy hearing aids and that they allow you to do things that help in those situations. But there are some people, aren't there, that don't have these as well. So it can be even more difficult because they don't have the option to direct where the sound's coming from. And then it must just be like sound overload, do you
abs-
think?
absolutely. I remember actually talking to my mum about this when she had her sort of other hearing aids. So she now also has snazzy hearing aids, is what I call them.
Nice.
But before then, so I do remember talking to her about it and her just saying how every sound was amplified. So it
Yeah.
didn't matter whether it was somebody talking or whether it was somebody putting cutlery down, like in a restaurant environment when there's like a glass that breaks, for example, and then suddenly, in the UK, a lot of people cheer, go, yay, the glass has broken in a pub, for example. For my mum, that was so overwhelming because she was trying to have a conversation with somebody, and then
Mm.
suddenly these noises all the way around her have been more amplified than the rest of us. And she's really having to center in on the sounds that she's trying to hear and she's trying to pay attention to with everything going on.
Having more options is always going to be a good thing, isn't it? And I think it's not something that rests, is it? It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter if you're at home or you're out and about running errands or you're at work, which most of us spend the majority of our time. It can affect anywhere, can't it?